Так. И все равно выходит на второй монитор. Почему? Я не понимаю, блядь. Почему курсор стал выходить на второй монитор? Я поиграю сегодня нормально вообще, блядь. Разрись по-человечески, умоляю. Спасибо.
Earl Phelps, a shooting at the 111 Club, 6232 Hollywood Boulevard.
Sounds like a homicide beef.
Two of the dead guys caught in the crossfire were carrying Army surplus morphine. Get over there before homicide tramples all over the place.
We already cleared that up.
Judge in Pasadena took the big sleep yesterday. He had a personal stash of 20 cigarettes. Appears we didn't get all of it.
I want to make homicide. I mean, you know you've made it if you got that desk.
Так. Ну все, наконец-то пойдем.
God damn it. We can't seem to put this morphine to sleep.
A dead judge. It's not good.
Everyone has their vices. Even you, Phelps.
Чуть вроде поел, не наелся, нихуя, блядь. Надо сходить что-нибудь купить потом. Который час? 8, ну 2 часика поиграем. Или хватит. Конечно, не могу здесь выйти. Потому что выход в пизде какой-то, как обычно, блядь. Нихуя себе, мы поедем на этом. Мне похуй, чё. Мы поедем на этом, блядь. Охуеть, вот это пожарка, блядь. Посторонись, блядь. Горит общага.
About time.
This wind will be like a tornado, Phelps. Parker's got a puritanical streak. You never know who'll get swept up in a thing like that.
Что у нас за бревна лежат в багажнике? I'm coming.
11K responding. Go ahead with the furlough.
Никого не задену. Secret Keepers. Хранители тайн.
Detective Phelps, LAPD. What's going on here?
This joker was trying to tail one of our patrons.
I'm a reporter, you idiot. I'm doing a feature for the Examiner, and that patron I was following is a red under investigation by the feds.
Where is he now?
Parking lot. His is the blue Talbot. Say, how about an exclusive when you bring him back?
Shove off. You won't be filing your story today. I'll check this out.
A red, huh? Sneaky bastard. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this.
Бегать со здания. Давай-ка мы сядем за руль.
Jesus, Cole, what's wrong with a good old-fashioned black and white?
Понял тебя. В следующий раз пойдешь пешком.
LAPD, sir. Can I have a word?
Well, that's an admission of guilt if I ever saw one.
Уа!
He's not getting away that easily.
Ну охуеть, что у вас с физикой, блядь? Охуеть. А ты видишь? Какая тачка у нас пиздатая. Бач, красивая, охуеть.
No good. We need to get closer.
Конечно, у него, блядь, скрипки.
No. You did not just do that. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
А я за руль почему не держусь вообще? О, Голливуд. А когда они сняли слово «лэнд»?
Ты видишь, что я стараюсь ехать, уёбище, блядь!
Ты больше ёбнутый! Ну а что?
LAPD. This is harassment. Understand? My politics are nobody's goddamn business but my own.
Жалели, блядь, пальцем. Не-не-не.
You're
How are
behind
we
the
gonna
wheel.
look getting around in this thing, Cole?
Мы пойдем только на этом. Сто 11.
Homicide guys are already inside. Bukowski. Phelps. Back again. We're here about the morphine. Over by the bandstand.
Что?
See what's left of the owner, Eddie McGoldrick, 26, former Marine. I know Eddie McGoldrick. He was a non-com in my old unit. I'm sorry to hear that, Cole. Waitress said he recently came into some money and bought the club. Who are the other Vics? Two musicians, Biddleston and Bowe. And get this, they used to be in a four-piece, but the trombone player and the drummer OD'd. Don't tell me. Lamont and Tyree? We've met the rest of the band.
Now they're a no-piece.
Do you mind if we take a look around?
Be my guest. You might want a word with the hostess, too. I'll keep her company until you're ready.
А, мусор. Еще мусор.
When you're ready to have a civil conversation, we can try again.
Так.
Well maintained, custom case. Someone cared for this instrument. Never the same. It's that click.
Да. Что-то было. Опа.
Trick. The case must have cost more than the trumpet.
Синяя комната.
We should follow up on the musician angle. He kept his stash close at hand.
Я вроде ничего. Ну окей. Вывер табака.
Dozen packs to a carton, 100 cartons or more. Looks like a couple of months' supply.
Думаешь, сотник тут? Опа, одного нет.
These look brand new. Never fired.
15-17.
They haven't been degreased yet. We could check on the serial numbers.
Is this guy hunting for bear? Look at these things.
They're BARs. You get the odd guy who sneaks one of them home from the war. How did he get 3 of them?
Я не хотел брать. Бля, чего у него с еблом? Опять. Старый добрый, да? Ну как добрый?
Do we have a new source, or is this coming from what's left in circulation? Army surplus morphine, army surplus weapons, army surplus valors. Sound familiar?
We should get back to the station and check the details of what exactly was lifted from that ship.
Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй, убили нету. Ляпа.
Must have pumped a dozen rounds into him. Certainly sends a message.
Я думал, надо его смотреть.
Bad luck, Eddie. Okinawa couldn't kill you, but knowing the wrong people in this city.
Окей.
They didn't even try to crack the safe.
Угу. Куда ты бежишь? Или...
You'll have my report when
Понял.
it's ready. Right now, you want to be examining evidence.
Ma'am, I'm Detective Phelps, Administrative Vice Squad.
Welcome to the 111 Club, Detective. Feels like I've had half the LAPD in here today already.
Где в ней? Знание о МакГолдрике.
Tell us about Eddie.
Eddie didn't know a thing about running a nightclub. He came into some money and waltzed in and bought the place. The previous owner thought all his Christmases had come at once.
Так. Ну, вроде мне тебе нечего предъявить-то. Ну да.
Where do you think he got the money?
My guess was that he was selling the sort of quality product that you don't need to advertise.
Стрельба?
Any idea who did the shooting?
No idea. It was my day off.
Ты чё,
If I weren't
тварь?
here, honey, I'd be full of holes just like the others.
Ну все равно нам нечего продолжать, мы не знаем сами, кто стреляет, блядь. Пиздишь!
You want to level with me, miss, before we start taking an interest in you.
This place has been on the slide for years. Eddie turns up, buys the club, then we start getting visits from tough guys. Next thing you know, we have the St. Valentine's Day massacre. Are you getting the picture?
Thank you for your help, ma'am.
Eddie was in over his head, but he was a decent boss.
Мне похуй.
Never the same, are they?
I knew it wasn't stuff around here anymore.
But now...
The early bird gets the worm.
Что теперь-то?
Advice? I'm at a loss.
Back to the station. We need to speak to someone on the robbery detail. You gotta be kidding me. We're driving...
Да завали ты еблом, мы весь день на нем катаемся. Что ты удивляешься каждый раз? Ты не в комнату на сперва поедет.
How well did you know the owner?
Goldrick? Well enough. He was in my unit.
That's some cruel irony. You survive the war, then get blown to pieces back home.
It happens more than you'd think. Young guys trying to adjust to normal life, getting mixed up in the wrong crowds.
The kid had just bought a nightclub. I'd say he got mixed up in the right crowds.
Until someone filled him full of holes.
You don't come into that kind of money that quickly without pissing a few people off.
Goddamn waitress.
Mister, a man like you always loses a battle of wits because you're unarmed.
I'm stumped. Ideas?
Have a word with Elsa. And keep...
Take a break, boys.
We would like them to stay, Miss Lickman. We're making inquiries into the recent deaths of 4 musicians.
Since when have the police cared about dead black men?
Good point. We don't. What we care about is 2 tons of Army surplus morphine showing up on the street. If you care about working in this town, you better give me something on 𝙽𝚘𝚒 and Bo, or their knucklehead buddies Tyree and Lamont.
And this is your idea of making inquiries under Sturmführer?
I've told you 1,000 times about speaking that German gibberish at me, Elsa.
Roy! How about you get a drink while I see to this?
Will you sit down?
Why antagonize him, Elsa? You know what he's capable of.
Ask your questions, head officer. We have work to do.
Я-то какая деловая. Эльза Лифтман. 30 лет тебе.
My partner mentioned a couple of names. You recognize them?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Блин, не врет, что ли? Да пизди, да, с музыкантами знакома, пиздишь ты.
The only way you're going to get rid of me is to give me an answer.
I knew Cornell. We worked together a few years ago. He loved the music, but the music didn't love him.
What does that mean?
It means that he just wasn't that good. He was a sad, lonely cat.
People are dying of overdoses. If you know anything about it, you need to tell me.
I can't help you.
A lot of cats are into the thing. There's nothing special about your boys.
Там женщина зависла на заднем фоне. А, найдена расстрелянная жертва. Расстрелянная жертва была музыкантом. Это, наверное, потому что мы нашли одного музыканта. Хотя нет, мы же нашли. Мы же нашли, по сути, просто нет, там же... Блядь! По идее, у одного из этих музыкантов мы нашли кейс, в котором был тайник с наркотой и билетом. Не знаю, давай спросим у сообщества. Сомнения? Серьезно? Тут не ожидал.
You can do this the easy way with me, or I can call my partner back over. I can assure you he's a lot less sensitive.
You think your threats frighten me?
Блять,
Black man don't supply nothing. You think there's a black man in this town holding on to 2 tons of morphine? He'd be dead in a minute. White man supplies, black man buys.
Boys, take 5 minutes, please. I need to have a private word with the officer. Why do you ask people to risk talking about a subject that could have them jailed?
Drugs are against the law, Elsa.
You're so full of courage, you have never felt ashamed.
This is getting us nowhere.
Do you think you'll win your war against narcotics?
It's not my war. It's against the law. My job is to prosecute the laws of this city.
Do you think you can stop people from needing drugs, detective?
I'm asking the questions here.
Then why do you come to me with your stupid questions? You know who controls the drugs in this city.
It's not enough to just survive, Elsa. You have to try and make the world a better place.
Brave words, and very noble. But words are just words, Colfax.
She's right. We need to pay a visit to the mixer.
Cohen? Do you know where to find him?
This time of day? You'll find him holding court at the Macambo.
He can wait. There's something I need to be sure of. Give me till tomorrow morning.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do, partner.
Бля, где моя машина? Что он делает? Бля, вон моя машина.
No harm done.
My goodness!
Within. I risk losing the trail. Too much slack. I get closer.
Блядь, что-то произошло. Да я на другой машине был, ёбаная эта игра. Следим за ней зачем? Чё? Ебать, Фелпс, ты чё? Ты с ней там наркотой торгуешь, что ли?
LAPD, we're looking for Mayor Cohen. I believe he has lunch here.
There's not going to be any trouble, is there?
Which table?
Number 3, if you'll follow me.
He's only a writer, so he can't really help me.
Does the chicken come with fried
I'll wait to
tomatoes?
be with you in a moment, sir.
LAPD. We have some questions
Hi,
regarding...
Mickey. How's it hanging?
Fine. Just fine, Roy. I see you brought Iga Beaver along. Hope he's not going to put the shakes on me again.
Cole Phelps, Mickey Cohen.
Good afternoon.
He has manners. Aren't you a little green for this kid?
Meet Johnny Stompanato, Cole. He has the biggest schlong in Hollywood and the smallest gun. Or maybe that's the other way around. I can never quite remember.
You're a funny guy, Roy. Haven't I always said what a funny guy Roy is? And how much fun it would be to get together with him sometime.
Poor Johnny. He's the dark, sensitive type. He's a serviceman too, Cole. Johnny was at Okinawa.
You were in the crotch?
6th Marines.
The lieutenant who won the Silver Star up on Sugarloaf. I've heard of you.
Something like that.
All right, have we finished flirting? You got something to discuss, Roy, or are you going to stand around beating the meat while my lunch gets cold?
We have some questions.
Do I need my lawyer?
Your brother-in-law, Lenny Finkelstein, was selling stolen morphine. He had 1/3 of the shipment.
Old news, kid. I don't know anything about what Lenny was up to.
Такое. Почему у тебя такое светлое ебло? Заблума, серьезно.
I think your bright spark might have blown a fuse, Roy. Hey, you still there, kid?
Сейчас попиздишь у меня, долбоёбина. Что он сказал там? Ой, блядь. И чё? Ничего не понял. Ой, ладно, давай. Вашурин день торговал краденым морфином. Ну, у меня нет ничего, блядь.
So I'm supposed to believe that you don't know what happened to the rest of the shipment?
Lenny, God rest his soul, was a moron. He was family, though, and I haven't made a beef about that, so count yourself lucky, kid. The H is a filthy habit, and I don't condone it. The simple solution would be to have all the dope fiends put down.
So you don't know where he got the morphine?
Kid, ask a question you might get an answer to.
Блять, гениальная фраза, я считаю. Стрельба в клубе,
We believe there's a
наверное.
link between a group of Marines and the morphine stolen from the SS Coolidge. One of those Marines was shot to death in a club last night.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Бля, она заебала, уже какая-то дрочь вам началась. Мне опять нечего предложить.
So you haven't heard anything about what happened at the 111 Club?
What can I say, kid? I'm shocked that in the land of opportunity, Uncle Sam's finest feel the need to resort to crime. It's a dangerous business. I can attest to that. I'd recommend they get out of the life. Quickly.
A few Negroes saying goodbye on the sidewalk will never make the papers, Mickey. But we had a judge in Pasadena say adios the other day. Prominent white people popping their clogs makes everyone nervous.
You know dope has never been my thing, Roy. It's always been for schmendricks like Jack D and Jimmy Utley. But we'll ask around and I'll get back to you. Hey, you boys want some lunch? How about a drink?
We'll take a rain check on that. Come on, Cole, we're leaving.
We have to cut that dope. It looks bad with people dying.
We have to get the rest of it. There's no way of watering down the stuff in those little packages. You have to put the squeeze on those guys and get the rest of it.
They don't seem the type to frighten that easy.
We'll see.
Ну-ну.
What's going on?
That fucking rat Stoker has gone public about Brenda.
Who is Brenda?
Brenda is LA's most famous madam.
And everyone knows it?
Of course everyone knows. Brenda pays her way.
Are we cops or a collection agency?
Whores have been around since the Bible. Our job is to keep it off the street so Joe Citizen and his wife can stroll around unmolested.
Then we should change the law.
Are you out of your mind? Every politician in America is against prostitution, except when they're using them.
So where does Stoker come in?
He objects to the LAPD and the administration taking its cut.
Is everyone in on this?
Yeah, and that's the problem. From a little acorn does a large tree grow. He could bring the whole thing crashing down on us.
Aren't you supposed to be working the...
Sir, do you know which robbery detectives are working the Army surplus theft from the Coolidge?
Caldwell and McManus. I saw Caldwell in the squad room not long ago if you want to speak to him.
Thank you, sir. We'll do that.
This way.
I've been in this job 20 years.
I didn't come to California to be a secretary.
This guy gave his wife a tap.
Harry,
Say all's fair in love.
you got a minute?
Sure, Cole, anytime.
You've been working the docks robbery on the SS Coolidge?
Yeah, that's right.
So how do you see it?
Inside job. Either the guys working the wharves or some of the guys on the ship.
What else was taken apart from the morphine?
Case of BARs, case of Thompsons, crate of Valor smokes.
Homicide just recovered 3 BARs and a mountain of cigarettes at a shooting at the 111 Club.
No kidding. I better get over there.
Do you have a copy of the manifest?
Yeah. Here it is.
So, how do we connect the docks robbery to the mess at the 111 Club?
𝙽𝚘𝚒𝚒. Zip rubber body body bag.
You know you've got it made if you can get to that desk.
Вот.
Here's our backroom arsenal from the 111 Club.
А этот, дай, блядь, а этот, да попади.
Enough to arm 3 companies. This is the crate we recovered. 500,000 cigarettes loose on the streets of LA. Some of these guys are from my old unit. They must have finally shipped home. Kelso, Sheldon. McGoldrick.
McGoldrick was on the boat?
Sure, we checked him out.
McGoldrick bought the 111 Club, Harry. His brains are all over the bar.
Looks like whoever stole the dope is getting muscled.
By whom?
Dragner or Cohen. They control the hop.
Detectives, KGPL's going crazy. Shots fired at 1384 North Bronson. Some guy with an automatic spraying a Hollywood bus. They want every car. Go!
Нихуя себе.
Okay, girls, they stole my cigarettes.
Что там происходит? О, она стоит, красавица. А ты бежать можешь? Придурок, блядь. Наконец-то. Я еду без тебя. Ты слишком медлишь. Блять, свернулась игра. Пожалуйста, сломайся, забор. Ёпта. Ну почему забор не... Гули, уходите. Это замануха как будто. У него бесконечные снаряды, да? А 2 патрона в голову, я так понял, ему до пизды, да? Да, до пизды, окей. Как же мне это сделать? Ты что делаешь, придурок?
LAPD, drop the gun now.
И что мне делать?
Reinforcements are on the way. Cease and desist.
Окей. Окей. Да, да, расстрелянный автобус. Я ему в голову попал. Это замануха, отвлечение внимания или что-то. Ага.
Phone number and restaurant table.
И все, да? Тихо. Тихо, Фелпс. Да я назад нажимаю, почему ты вперед идешь? Ты че, ёбнутый? Тот самый.
It's one of the BARs. I know that guy. Felix Alvaro.
He's one of the guys from the ship?
His name was on the manifest.
Looks like McGoldrick wasn't the only one to get a message.
Hey, Alvaro.
Hey, Lieutenant.
He's just a plain detective now, Chico.
Who's the jughead?
This is my partner, Roy Earl. We just want to find out what happened.
What happened is that someone took a shot at my bus. And then cops turned up and start treating me like I'm some sort of Pachuco punk. My people have been in California for over 300 years.
Very fucking admirable, Felix.
You hear anything about the big heist on the Coolidge?
Yeah, I heard about it.
So what happened?
Not much. The cops came and interviewed me and all the other guys on the ship.
I was down at the 111 Club this morning, waiting for the medical examiner to scrape Eddie McGoldrick's brains off the bar. You want to tell me anything about that?
I heard that Eddie came into some money. Too bad he didn't keep a low profile. It was a tough break to get through Okinawa and then have to buy it back home.
Who's shooting at you, Felix?
How the fuck do I know?
Nah. Бред. С подробностью нападения на Альвара.
The dead guy on the roof works for Mickey Cohen. Why would Cohen want you dead?
Man, I don't know anything about Mickey Cohen or any of those gangsters.
Your name was in the sniper's notebook.
Так.
Level with me, Felix.
Cohen thinks because we were on the boat, we have the morphine. Courtney's meeting those guys to sort it out.
Courtney Sheldon?
Yeah. You remember Sheldon, don't you, Cole?
We'll be in touch, Felix.
You heard that Jack is in L.A.?
I saw his name on the manifest.
He's been here a couple of months. Sure glad to see you got over your wound, Lieutenant. I mean, detective.
Да я скоро лейтенантом буду. А костюмы можно было?
Pretty cool customer.
Нельзя.
He's been under fire before.
You buying his story?
Not
Нет.
for a minute.
О, костюма нет.
Fine. But if the skipper sees us driving around in this, we're dead.
Phelps, badge 1247.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Jack Kelso.
Just a second. Jack Kelso, apartment 4, 1408 North El Centro Avenue, Hollywood.
Thank you.
Так нам Келса или в его квартиру скрывают?
Jesus, Cole, what's wrong with a good old
Завали свой ебаный ебальник.
Jack was a company sergeant. He would never get involved in something like this.
We brace him and drag him downtown.
Won't work. He's a tough customer.
Да, маньяк, я вожу как бог, блядь. Где музыка на фоне игра? He's a maniac, maniac. Ой, ну подумаешь, блядь, кому нужны столбы?
What the hell?
Извините. Че на нас все пялятся? Да блядская машина. Чё?
How have you been, Jack?
Чё?
Cut the crap. You pick me up in front of my apartment like a common criminal and then expect small talk? Fuck you.
Чё за хуйня? Чё это было, блядь? И сохранение, я даже загрузить теперь не могу.
Do you know that there's a gang war going on in LA trying to recover that stolen morphine?
That has nothing to do with me.
Блядь, чё? Местный газ сейчас в военную зону. Этот морфин. Я думаю, здесь очевидно. Я думаю, он будет пиздеть 100% вообще по КД. Полк морской пехоты. Но он пиздит. Армейских складов. Но к жертве не имеет никакого отношения, по сути. Пропуск хищения, украденные сигареты. Ограбление корабля, но он не был на корабле. Винтовки Браунинга тоже он не был. Кража армейских запасов с борта корабля Куридж не был. Декларация пассажиров груза. Вот это не помню. Захищаешь подробности нападения. Это вообще не то, что по морской пехоте. У меня нечего предложить.
I'm sure it would be gripping to hear more of your life story, boys, but the truth is, I don't give a fuck. You were on the boat, Kelso.
Он был?
What happened?
Do you really think a bunch of Marines could muscle in on the dope rackets in this town? Between the vice squad and the mob, I hear it's pretty sewn
Так
up.
он был, корабль ебанул. Сука, надо было лживо обвинить. Бывший морской пехотинец МакГолдрик.
Did you know that Eddie McGoldrick recently came into money and bought a nightclub?
No, I didn't know that.
Подожди. Так он не врет. Или врет. Или не врет. Блядь, ну не врет.
Then you didn't know that some mobsters blew his brains out last night?
No, I didn't.
Сука. Блин, сложно. Оружие украденное с
You heard
Куридж.
that a crate of BARs went missing?
No, I didn't.
Блять, вроде он так же сидит. Ну чё я ему предложу? И чё вы на это ответить? Но он не врет.
I saw Felix Alvaro today.
Good. How was he?
A little pale. One of Mickey Cohen's goons had emptied about 60 BAR rounds into the bus he was driving. A public bus, in the middle of Hollywood. Are you going to tell me what's going on? Or do more innocent people have to die?
Yeah, and what's in it for you, Cole? Newspapers? More glory? Another promotion? Another medal at the expense of men who fought for their country? Count me out.
Блять. А чё я должен был? Сомнение? Ну у него ебало было такое, типа. Обычно.
What do you know about the Army surplus robbery from the Coolidge, Jack?
Тут ты по-любому замешан.
What I know is that on 3 separate occasions you would have been dead if it weren't for me. I don't know anything about the robbery.
Yeah. Он знает. Чё там? Кража армейского имущества Куридж. Но у него не то лицо, когда он врет, а скорее, когда он просто не говорит правду. Наверное, скрывает что-то. Блядь, ну сука. Я хочу ему вот это предъявить. Запасов, подожди, или... Что тебе известно о краже армейского имущества? Армейского имущества, то есть винтовки. Ну а по сути, чё я ему вот предъявлю? Скажу ему Браунинг, его приспиздили. Он такой, и чё? Как ко мне это относится? Нет, хуйня.
People are dying because morphine intended to help servicemen is being used on the street. Now we have guys from our old unit being killed by mobsters. We can put 2 and 2 together, Jack.
Gratitude isn't a concept that has much effect on you, is it, Cole?
Answer the question, Jack. Let's get this over with.
I was interviewed when the robbery took place. I don't have anything further to add.
Понятно. 4 из 4, что?
Bullshit, Cole. Did you
Я же на 2
seriously believe that
ответил.
dragging me down here would get me to give up my own guys? You call yourself a Marine? Trying to make a name for yourself with this shitheel? Look at this chump with his $200 suit and $2,000 car.
The tough guy act is really impressive. I like you, Jack. I'd like to make you for this. I really would. I'm gonna be working on it and keeping an eye on you. You can go now.
Shooting, Robert Steiner, 6780 West Sunset Boulevard. The victim is a Chris Majowski.
Another name from the manifest?
Нет, 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 нет.
How many more friends of yours are gonna get plugged? How are we gonna look getting around in this thing, Cole?
Запрыгивай быстрее. Ты чё, ёбнутый, блядь? Садись, я уеду без тебя сейчас. Ой, ты клоун. 3, 2.
Talk about tension. That was like being trapped in an elevator with a married couple who can't decide whether they love each other or hate each other.
We go back a long way.
You went too easy on him. Next time, you leave it to me. I know how to handle that smug son of a bitch.
You don't. Jack will never give up his own men.
Зачем ты назад сдаешь, гниль? Роберто.
They just walked up and shot the man. 2 of them officers, they went that way.
Go on, get after him.
Бля, где моя машина? О, не надо.
Step on it, huh? Just get me a little closer. Getting close and steer him off the tar.
Завали ебло.
Hit it. Clear this asshole off the road. I'll try for the tires. Keep your foot down. Hit it, Cole. Spin him out. I can't hit a target that isn't there, Phelps.
И кто это? Что происходит? Опять Браунинг. Ну, этот хмурый нас отправляет. Ой, к нам отправляет. Угу.
An LAPD file. We have a traitor in our midst. All of the names on the list have a hit team assigned to them.
Шелдон, у нас 5 лет. Темные волосы. Что за Шелдон?
Cohen is meeting with Sheldon tonight.
Нет смысла руки проверять вообще.
We need to get to those guys fast, otherwise there'll be no case.
Что с этим?
We have to look at damage limitation. We can't allow that strumpet Brent Allen to bring down the whole administration.
We've got to put a lid on the press. Can't someone talk to Harry over at the Times?
It's too late. The Times would look ridiculous if we dropped the story now.
Who is this Stoker?
Stoker's a lily-white. Nothing that will fix this in the short term.
My law and order credentials are disappearing as we speak. Can we get Brenda to leave town?
Yes, we can, but she won't go quietly. Brenda has extensive records.
Can she at least lay low?
That's already been taken care of.
Mayor?
Ёбаный рот.
District Attorney?
Who is this guy? And what does he want, Horrell?
The name's Roy Earl, detective, administrative vice.
Aren't you one of the clowns that got us into this mess?
Oh, I think that the orders regarding Brenda come down, not up, Mayor. I have a human interest story. It involves a certain LAPD cop, a hero from the war, who has let his beautiful wife and kids down, who has betrayed America for a German junkie whore, who has abandoned his pledge to the LAPD and his commitment to the public. We all serve. Could be all over the papers by tomorrow, and you would be off the hook.
So what do you want in return, Roy? Fingering a fellow officer.
И я это все прочитал в газете, да? Ну чё ты, уёбок, стоишь?
Any ideas?
The post office, Cole, and be quick about it.
The cop from the newspaper.
Бля, где мне пожарку перескать?
They're taking out all the guys from the ship.
Why? How does that get them the dope?
The obviously don't know who has the cocaine. They're waiting for someone to grab.
Тут же дорога только что перекрыта была. Блядь. Да угомонитесь, я оглохну сейчас нахуй.
Find some cover! Shoot that punk!
Move, I've got you.
Your move, mister!
Как сменить плечо?
You're covered, Phelps.
Как сменить плечо?
Killing cop, and it's the electric chair.
Rear sweater, asshole!
Как сменить плечо?
Find you.
tell Courtney. Bad luck. It was worth a try. God. Polar Bear Ice Company. Really did it. Wonder whether it was worth it.
Most people never get the chance to be rich. Wouldn't you risk it? You better go find out what happened here.
Да, ты самый умный, что ли?
They weren't even his prints, and he still confessed.
The finest in radio entertainment is on KTI Radio 760. Now, national news.
Что нам в театре-то?
Any Central Unit citizen reports at 459. They're now 539 South Los Angeles Street. Unit to handle code 3.
You can drive.
Any Central Unit citizen reports at 459. They're now 539 South Los Angeles Street. Unit to handle code 3. Identify.
11K, go ahead.
Zootsuit Ride. А Zootsuit это разве пиджак?
Hey, move along. This is private property.
Sir, we're with the LAPD. We had a report of a burglary in progress at this address.
Oh. No burglary. These guys all work nights here. Maintenance crew.
Maintaining what, exactly?
No voy a terminar en la cárcel por este idiota.
Show me your hands!
Show me your hands! Как сменить плечо?
Reinforcements are on the way. Cease and desist.
Я все кнопки перенажимал, блядь.
Stay in cover!
Этот нихуя не видно.
Throw out the guns.
Это было больно.
Any Central citizen reports at 459. They're now 539 South Los Angeles Street. Unit to handle code 3 identified.
We can take it if you want, or not.
Ну я же не специально.
Weapons on the ground. Move, I got you. You're covered, Phelps.
Ну и перестрелка, блядь.
$11K. I've been involved in a shooting and the suspects are down. It's now code 4, but I'll need an ambulance to 539 South Los Angeles Street, Valor Tobacco Company. Also,
11K, I'll notify the ambulance, detective headquarters, and the coroner.
you drive.
All units
Let me go over
11K
the case
reports
notes.
code 4 on the shooting. Suspect is down at 539 South Los Angeles Street at Valor Tobacco, code 4.
Getting close and steer him off the tar. I can't take the shot from here, Cole.
Да ты ебанутый, я в упор к нему подъехал.
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out. Let's see how fast he runs on bare rims. Hit him. Clear this asshole off the road.
LAPD, put your hands in the air.
Ну.
Can you drive to this one?
Where are we going?
А мы что-то на почте не досмотрели. Давай сгоняем, посмотрим.
Beautiful day. Hope we have no trouble.
Нормально тебе туда. А... Я что-то не понимаю. Тебя никак не осмотреть? А, тебя отсюда вынесли. А, во. Ага. Так. Ты сейчас конем Шеда Нуртхаус. Ага. Поздно сегодня вечером.
Looks like Sheldon is bringing his own fire team with him. Juski, Beckett, Goldrick, Driscoll, these are good guys. Why did they get wrapped up in this thing?
Not everyone has your unwavering restraint in the face of temptation, Cole.
Мы пойдем на место встречи. А далеко она? Не, рядом совсем.
This isn't looking good. I feel like the fat kid at the back of a race.
You sure it's Cohen making the hits?
All fingers point his way. Your buddies are in way over their heads. Being a Marine doesn't mean shit out here.
Line them up. All right, let's kill these rat bastards.
Говорили такие косые. Ой, что?
Keep moving, I'll cover you. On the roof, Cole, nail him. They're making a run for it after them.
Find some cover.
Залез! Залез!
Clearing some space here.
I'm gonna put out an APB on every one of the sons of bitches on that hill.
KGPL to car 11K. Car 11 King, come in.
Car 11 King.
11K, go to Hollywood Station. Hey, Courtney Sheldon is at Hollywood Station requesting an interview with Detective Cole Phelps.
Well, I'll be damned.
That's not correct protocol, 11K. I'll take that as a roger.
Car 11 King en route.
You know the way. You can drive.
Do we know where we're going?
Я... Приезжаете в ебучку с ноги. Ты, блядь, в отделение полиции.
Roy, in my office, if you please.
I'm working a major case. I'm not close, Cap. It's gonna have to wait.
Let Phelps do the interrogation.
But, Cap...
No buts. This is more important.
Интересно.
That bum took a swipe at me, I put him down with my sap. I say we bust in there and find the goddamn
Sheldon.
evidence.
Is this your attorney?
No, detective. This is Dr. Harlan Fontaine. He came down here to help me out.
How do you do, sir?
You stole the morphine from the Coolidge.
You can't prove that.
Let's see if I can try. And what is your relationship to Sheldon, sir?
Tutor, mentor. Mr. Sheldon is a medical student of mine. He has a very bright future.
Oh, that's nice to know. Too bad all of your war buddies won't get to see your graduation.
Два солдат 6-го полка морской
I would have
пехоты.
asked Beckett or Majewski or Driscoll about their involvement, but that's difficult, considering they're all dead. That leaves you, Sheldon.
You can't blame their deaths on me, Phelps.
А, Ага. Ну, либо вот это. Либо вот это.
You're lying, Courtney. The other guys aren't smart enough to attempt something like this. You either give it up, or I go after Jack for it.
And how do you prove that, Cole?
We know about your showdown with Cohen. We found notes on your guys.
Cohen is hitting our old unit. He believes we have the morphine. I told him that we don't have it. And that's the truth. Isn't it, Doc?
I believe Mr. Sheldon. I think he's telling the truth, detective.
Уебки, блядь.
You were on the ship, Sheldon.
Yes, that's correct.
So you had opportunity.
But it doesn't mean that I was involved.
Ну... Чё? Вот не знаю, что я его использовался. Был на корабле. Написано от руки. Подожди, Шелдон, сники. Может, теперь вот это? А, это Кортни.
So you don't mind that the mob executed McGoldrick, Driscoll, and Beckett to get to you?
I don't know why you're trying to pin this on me. Where's your proof?
Блин, ну правда. Ну, записку мы только что использовали. Подожди, а записка верная была или неверная? Нет, верная. Значит, вот это? Бля.
Have you finished, detective?
I'm just getting started. You have an answer for everything, Courtney. Let's hope Jack does, because now I'm going after him.
Ну, сори, надо было, бля, подсказки.
Jack is not in this. He's a good guy.
А и что если... Ну, если нічого не було. Ой, подождите, удайте телефон на зарядку поставить. Чем у меня укол заряжается? Я могу зарядить сколько на зарядить. %. Отлично. Возможно, ночью пойдем в пиар. По крайней мере.
Sheldon, is this your attorney?
No, detective.
This is the
This is Dr.
lawyer?
Harlan Fontaine. He came down here to help me out.
How do you do, sir?
You stole the morphine from the Coolidge.
You can't prove that.
Let's see if I can try. And what is your relationship to Sheldon, sir?
Tutor, mentor. Mr. Sheldon is a medical student of mine. He has a very bright future.
That's nice to know. Too bad all of your war buddies won't get to see your graduation. You were on the ship, Sheldon.
Yes, that's correct.
So you had opportunity.
But it doesn't mean that I was involved.
Так, я использую помощь сообщества. Ложь все-таки? Да ладно.
So you don't mind that the mob executed McGoldrick, Driscoll, and Beckett to get to you?
I don't know why you're trying to pin this on me. Where's your proof?
Ай, блядь. Где бы тут были записать книжки снайпера? А нет. Записать книжка стрелка. А, подожди, так он Кортни Шелдон, ёб твою мать. Тогда ты чё, охуел?
I had a message for you before he died. Bad luck. It was worth a try.
I feel bad about Beckett, Phelps. He was a hard charger. Those guys deserve more. I don't blame them for taking their shot.
I would have asked Beckett or Majewski or Driscoll about their involvement, but it's difficult, considering they're all dead. That leaves you, Sheldon.
You can't blame their deaths on me, Phelps.
Пиздобол гнилой.
The other guys aren't smart enough to attempt something like this. You either give it up, or I go after Jack for it.
And how do you prove that, Cole?
Потому что записная... Блин, записка и записная книжка. Записка, по-моему.
We know about your showdown with Cohen. We found notes on your guys.
Cohen is hitting our old unit. He believes we have the morphine. I told him that we don't have it. And that's the truth. Isn't it, Doc?
I believe Mr. Sheldon. I think he's telling the truth, Detective. Have you finished, Detective?
I'm just getting started. You have an answer for everything, Courtney. Let's hope Jack does, because now I'm going after him. Is there anyone you're not prepared to sacrifice?
Jack is not in this. He's a good guy.
You were Jack, Courtney. I don't care who goes to jail. I just want the morphine off the street.
What are you offering, Cole?
Don't be ridiculous, son. This man is gambling.
What's your offer?
Doctor, good to see you.
I'm conducting an investigation.
Upstairs in my office, now.
This man is about to confess.
As of now, you're suspended from duty, pending a fitness review.
What are you talking about?
You heard the man, Phelps. Upstairs and face the music like the hero you wear.
Yeah.
You certainly had us fooled, Detective. Phelps, you're one of my favorite sons. You've broken this old man's heart.
Sir, what is going on here?
You're suspended, Phelps. Hand over your badge and gun.
Don't keep him waiting.
What is going on here?
Your wife's attorney has pictures of you and the German. Compromising pictures, lad.
She's pressing charges. You'll be formally charged with adultery. A criminal cannot serve as an LAPD officer, as I'm sure you're aware.
I don't understand.
How could you do it, lad? Your wife, your children, consorting with the enemy and a dope fiend at that. You're lucky the war is over. You'd be taken out and shot. The department doesn't need this kind of publicity, Phelps. Hand over the gun, keep your head down until your board hearing. I forbid you to make any comments to the press. What the hell were you thinking?
Marie, listen, Marie, I need to explain.
Please leave. You're upsetting the girls.
Let me see them, Marie. They're my daughters.
Go to her, Cole. You have done enough damage here. Do you want me to call the police?
For God's sake, Marie. Can't we at least talk?
What is there to talk about? Do you love her? Do you? What were you thinking? What about our children? Can you imagine what this has been like for them? Go away, Cole. My father has hired an attorney and you will be hearing from him.
I'd like to explain, Marie. I'd like to tell you what I've been going through.
What you've been going through. I have had reporters camped out on the front lawn all morning. I can't stand it, Cole.
Блять, Кол, ну ты еблан. Тебе с этого могли с работы уволить, что? Мне кажется, что это со звуком. 𝙽𝚘𝚒𝚒𝚒. И как мы теперь будем? Rockstar работает обычным сантехником.
Okay, everyone, keep it down. Cole Phelps joins the arson squad today.
How'd you like porking that German whore, Phelps?
Phelps is up before a review board in December. Until then, he works the arson desk. End of story. Phelps.
Yes, sir.
I don't care what you did or didn't do, Phelps. I hear you're a good case man. But if you fuck up on my detail, I'll have you out of here before your feet touch the ground. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, sir.
Cap, we don't want a fucking rat like Phelps.
Can it, Tilden? Phelps, I'm partnering you with Herschel Biggs.
I don't do partners. You know that, Cap.
You do now, Biggs. Social basket cases like you two should get along just fine. Biggs will show you the ropes, Phelps.
This is arson. There are no ropes.
It shouldn't take long, then. Start with these two. House fires. 326 South Kenmore Avenue. Steffen's family was out
У
of
них есть
town.
отдельный.
Then go to 4414 Rosewood, family by the name of Sawyer. Fire brigade will be on location.
Are they suspicious, Captain?
That's for you to find out, Detective. Now get out of here. Both of you. Get out!
I want to make homicide. I mean, you know you've made it if you got that desk.
А у них есть отдельный отдел поджогов, блядь. Неужели так много поджогов в городе? Эй, красотка. Страшная ситуация, блядь.
Beat her up so bad.
За измену еще уволить с работы могут, разжаловать, блядь, лишить значка. Че охуеть. Ну, на самом деле, я, наверное, согласен с такой позицией.
I didn't deserve that.
Чужак. Я буду в своем лучшем костюме. Эх, опять на говномашине. Дом Сойеров, где произошел пожар.
This is arson. We get an average of 2 a night. Does that answer your question?
How long have you been working arson?
We gonna do the small talk thing now? Talk baseball, exchange addresses? I don't think so. Feeling down, hotshot? Need a buddy? I'll look somewhere else.
Any available unit?
So this is how it's going to be, partner.
211 just
I already
occurred
told you, I don't
at
do
253
partners.
Main Street.
You
Unit
seen
to
that
handle
first
code
day
2
hero.
identified.
Walking into the station, chest puffed out like a little kid at his confirmation. You wouldn't have given me the time of day. And now you need somebody, and that somebody's supposed to be me. Well, it's not gonna happen.
That's quite a speech. I heard you were the strong silent type.
You cracking wise, Phelps?
No, Biggs. I'm breaking the ice.
Just drive, hotshot.
Ты пойдешь, клоун.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Any available unit, meet the officer. 211 just occurred at 253 Main Street. Unit to handle code 2 identified.
This is 11K. We'll handle the call at Main Street.
11K, your 211 is at the Bank of Arcadia, 253 Main Street.
Секундочку. Ага.
Hands off, I'm sick!
Nothing that a night in the tank wouldn't fix, bub. Now, where did they go?
What happened?
Two guys made off with about $1,000 in a paper sack. The Vag says he saw him leave.
I'm right here, you know!
Not much of a witness.
Sir, you need to tell us where they went. Now.
They headed for the parking lot.
I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck. Phelps, you gotta get me closer. Smash the son of a bitch's rear wheels.
Человека убил.
Smash the son of a bitch's rear wheels. Lay into his wheel well, come on. I'll go for the tires. That ought to slow the son of a bitch down.
Quite a ride you took us on. Get out with your hands up. You're behind the wheel.
You're behind the wheel.
Hi, Albert. We've caught this case.
Hey, Biggs. We? You have a partner? What gives?
This is Cole Phelps. You may have read about him.
Oh, now I get it. Hello, Phelps. Welcome to the netherworld of arson. Family of 4 found dead in their beds. Heater explosion.
Another one?
Looks that way. Insta-heat model 70. Before you get excited, we get a couple of water heaters a month go back. Take a look around the yard and see what you can find.
Mal. You gonna stick it out, Cole? I'm gonna try, Mal. What have you got?
Family by the name of Sawyer. Mother, father, and 2 kids. All in bed from the looks of it. Oh, I'd say carbon monoxide poisoning. The burns are superficial.
Time of death?
I'd say about midnight. Anything more exact will take some time to determine. Lynch tells me this has something to do with a faulty water heater?
Could be. There's been a spate of problems with a particular brand. I've got another angle in mind.
You care to elucidate, Detective? This is a murder and not an accident. Sharing information has helped us solve quite a few cases together.
I need something concrete now, before the department gets wind of it. I'm in arson for a reason.
I feel sorry for your wife and kids, Phelps, not for you. But you're a good case man. One of the best I've ever met. I'll help in any way I can.
Thanks, Mal. I'd say that's firm but fair.
Не, детишек жалко.
How about the insurance companies write these incidents up as acts of God?
Circumstantial.
У них собака была. Вот же лучший автомобиль в игре. Что это?
Hey, Biggs. Is this significant?
Regulator valve. Good find.
Detectives? This is the next door neighbor, Detective Phelps. Can you help?
They were supposed to be going away. They won a trip somewhere. But little Henry got sick, so they had to cancel. What are the chances?
Do you know who ran the competition?
Gulliver's Travel, up on Santa Monica Boulevard.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Phelps, guy across the street. I've seen him before. He likes fire.
Hurry, you can still catch him.
Чё?
Stop! LAPD! We've got an ID on you, Firebug. Stop right there.
When's the food gonna arrive already?
There he is. See him?
A family died in that fire. We need to ask them questions.
Ну, Фэлс, ну ты же его почти поймал. Ну что за... Да.
You lousy piece of shit! How dare you! I got you now!
What's your name?
Herbert Chapman.
So you like fires?
Some.
Watching them or setting them?
I don't want any trouble.
Turn out your pockets.
You're a naughty boy, aren't you, Herbert?
I keep myself to myself.
Ну и чё, сигарета, блядь? Чё? И что?
Cigarette in a matchbox gives you a 5 or 6 minute delay. You want more time, you use a mosquito coil. Don't you, Herbert?
You like this fire, Herbert?
Hell no. I heard it over the fire radio. Sounded sweet.
When you finish following your leads, come and see me at the fire station. I have a theory about this.
Will do, Lynch. Take this guy in. We might want him for questioning later.
You got it, Detective.
Why have you got such a hard-on for this case? If it is murder, it's almost impossible to prove. Fire doesn't leave much evidence. There's no percentage in this.
I think it's more than one case.
They're house fires, Cole. Accidents, heater fires, gas explosions.
There's got to be a reason.
The reason is you want to be a star again. Forget it. Give it up. You'll feel better.
There's something to this. I know it.
What are you talking about? Arson is insurance. It's always been insurance.
We still investigate the cases, Biggs. The people in this house are dead.
Go soak your head, Phelps. This hero business is a full-time obsession with you.
I'm gonna make this case. I'm gonna rub the department's nose in it. Help me or stay out of my way. You got it?
А, подожди. Что делать-то? Про агентство. Ничего не понял. Сейчас, секунду. Это закрыл. Это... Все. Уже в доме Стефанса. Мы уж туда едем. Который час?
KGPL to any central unit. Ambulance shooting. Any central unit. Identified.
Get me out of here.
You can drive.
KGPL to any central unit. Ambulance shooting. Any central unit. Identified.
11K, go ahead.
Call 11K. Ambulance shooting. Meet the officer at the interstate bus station at Beverly and Union. Code 2.
Stop shooting.
What's the situation? Some stick-up boys lost their heads and a girl got shot. We have to move fast, sir. There are still people inside.
Блядь, дайте свое плечо, умоляю.
We don't want any civilian casualties. He's on the ground. On the floor.
That's new. That's
You're behind the wheel.
He's only a rider, so.
6 осталось 6.
There isn't much left.
There never is if the job's done properly.
You think it was deliberate?
Nah, that's real pain in your face. They would have moved out the things they care about if this was insurance. There's no mileage in this. Hello, Mike.
Hey, Hirsch. Cap this one.
Yeah, Mike Brannigan, Cole Phelps. It's okay, Brannigan. His name may be dog shit, but there's none in his hand.
No offense, Phelps.
None taken. Do you have anything?
The fire started late last night. Steffen's family at Catalina Island. Won some kind of competition. Looks like the only thing they ever won in their lives. When they come home to this.
I'd say they were pretty lucky, really.
They don't have any insurance. Everything they own, including the house, is not a pile of rubble.
Where are they sleeping?
In the car. It's lucky the whole block didn't burn down. Word is they're bulldozing this whole neighborhood to build new homes for GIs. That's the man in the house. In the ruins. Terry lady's his wife.
We'll take a look around. Come on, Phelps.
Dirty cop from the newspaper.
Mr. Steffens? Cole Phelps and Herschel Biggs, LAPD. I know it's a difficult time, but could we have a word?
Don Steffens.
You were out of town.
We won a prize. We had a wonderful time. Came home to this.
Do you still have the tickets?
Sure.
Я 1047.
It's a formality, but we'll need to speak to the issuing agent. Can you tell me any more about the prize that you won, Mr. Steffens?
Weekend at Catalina Island. My wife got this flyer in the mail from the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Да вроде не врет.
Did you enter any kind of competition?
My wife filled in a flyer. Lady just rung up and told us we won. It's the first time I ever won anything.
Ну понятно.
The redevelopment fund. Did they offer to buy you out?
They're building new houses. They showed their money and most of the neighborhood just packed up and walked away. But I never bargained with them.
Чё ты пиздишь, по-моему? Все продали, а ты нет?
Everyone else is selling.
Вот
You're
именно.
a holdout, aren't you?
I was the last. I thought I could hold out for a better price. My house is the center lot.
So now you have to take the price regardless.
Looks like it. I've got no choice. I have to put a roof over my family.
That's all we need for the moment, Mr. Steffens.
All right.
Что это? Что с ним?
Isn't that the cop who caught the guy that was presumed to be dead?
Пошел на.
That son of a bitch looks a lot like the cop who pointed the gun at him.
Понятно, ёпта, блядь. Угу. И? Ну?
Recently serviced. Could be something to go on.
Вроде все, ничего больше нет. Окей.
You heard of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
I've seen their billboards.
Is it run by the government or by the city?
Your guess is as good as mine. There's at least a half a dozen of these agencies throwing up homes for GIs. Did the same thing after the first war. What's your interest in these guys?
You need to make a call. Phelps. Haha. Wow.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need information on the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Yes, Detective. Just checking. The fund is a semi-government agency established to speed up the building of GI homes. It has private investors as well as a government endowment.
Huh. Do you have an address for them?
There is one listed here, corner of Beverly and Mariposa.
Thanks for your help.
See him? Saw his picture in the paper. Worked that case with the lady cut up like a dahlia.
Турагентство или фонд развития приговора, блядь? Да ёб твою мать. Давай фонд развития приговоров, наверное. Раз мы уж позвонили.
I was kind of attached to the paint job, Cole.
Jesus, my paint job!
Any Century Unit, 211 in progress, 522 South Hill Street, unit to handle code 3, identify.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Oh, Susie, you are so bad.
Any Century Unit, 211 in progress, 522 South Hill Street, unit to handle code 3, identify.
This is 11K, we'll handle the 211.
А интересно, что попросил Рой за то, что сдал меня? Бля, не дополз.
I don't like the look of this.
You know the drill. Hand over your money or get used to breathing dirt.
All right, just take it easy. Quit waving that cannon in my face and let's talk.
We're done talking, understand? You got exactly 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
LAPD, try shooting someone with a gun of his own.
Бля, что с курсором?
You know the way. You can drive.
Food wasn't great. You're real nice.
This is supposed to be the registered offices of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
This is an Elysian housing development, Mac.
So Elysian is an investor in the redevelopment fund.
Looks that way.
Are we done here, Mac? I've got work to do.
Sure, buddy. Thanks for your help. Elysian are investors in the suburban redevelopment. So what? If you think I'm putting my pension on the line and harassing Leland Monroe without evidence, you're out of your mind.
М. Так.
So Elysian Fields builds the houses, while the Suburban Redevelopment Fund foots the bill.
Подожди, может, сюда ехали-то вообще? Может, в турагентство ехали? Ам, Elysian Fields. Да. Музыка знакомая. Сейчас допишу. Угу. Все, вроде готов. Не с кем-то должен попиздеть. Не ты, не ты. Понятно. Опять я поеду, блядь. Далековато. Это текстурка спереди. Бля.
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD. John Cunningham. Can I help you, gentlemen? We have reason to believe that the Sawyer family of 4414 Rosewood Avenue recently won a competition run by your company.
Yes, I remember them. They called up to cancel at the last minute. One of the kids was sick. Very unfortunate.
Do you mind if I take a look at that? The Sawyer family, Rosewood Avenue.
Нет, подожди, как их звали? Сука, не помню. А, вот.
Here they are. Steffens. I'm told the tickets were a prize. Yes, they were. You do a lot of these prizes.
Look, there are hundreds of these promotions running at any one time. If you're the lucky guy, you get your name pulled out of a hat.
Да вроде...
While the Sawyer family were supposed to be at Catalina Island, their house burnt down. You consider them lucky?
Christ. I'm sorry to hear that.
Can you tell me who offered the prize won by the Sawyer family?
Sure. Look, there's supposed to be some sort of supervised draw with hundreds of tickets. But the reality is the Suburban Redevelopment Fund calls me every couple of weeks and tells me exactly who has won.
Угу. Ну, все понятно, короче.
Tell us about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
There's not much to tell. They run a promotion. Our promotion's mailing list covers half of LA.
Ну, он говорит правду.
So they are not a government agency?
I don't believe so. Government organizations don't usually get involved in promotions.
Thanks for your help.
No problem. Just wish I could do something for that family.
You could put round the hat. A few bucks would really help them now.
I suppose so.
Good. I'll put you down for 50. I could tell you were Samaritan the minute I walked in the door.
50? Are you...
Good man, Cunningham. You're all right.
Yeah, I'm great. Poorer, but great.
Lynch says we should visit him at Fire Station 32.
Who exactly is this guy, Lynch?
Lynch is a legend. You should feel privileged. He doesn't let many people into the inner sanctum. Keep your mouth shut, and you'll learn something about fires.
Что значит пожарное дело 23? Или что там? Тоже в пизде где-то, да? Сейчас допишу. Не, близко, ладно, поехали. Ух, что-то подустал. Engine CN.
We came as soon as we could.
See him? Saw his picture.
Sorry.
Worked that case with the lady cut up like the 𝙽𝚘𝚒𝚒. How bad is it? Come on, you can tell me.
Lynch.
Biggs, you two investigating the house fire on Kenmore Avenue
Yeah.
as well?
Yep. Why?
I had a look around the place while I was out there. Do you
Пожарище.
believe the fire? I deal in facts, Phelps. Evidence of an explosion. No obvious sign of accelerants. Wiring looks intact. Come and take a look at this.
This the heater from the Sawyer fire, Al?
Да не надо заново, пожалуйста. Бля. О, ну я же уже это осматривал.
Huh. Looks like it was recently serviced.
I have a theory, and it's a theory only. I don't have enough evidence to prove...
Al, if you say it's so, we're listening.
Okay, Phelps. You're a bright penny. You have a gas supply. You have a Bunsen burner as a pilot light. You have a regulator valve, and the balloon represents the gas expanding in the room. Now, the gas has to make contact with the mosquito coil to form an explosion. Let's see if you can work out the chain of events.
Что должен сделать? Я... Стоп, иди. Нет. Helps. No. Helps. Yep.
Good, your regulator's in position.
Ты ёбнутый? Так, что ли?
The gas bubble needs to be next to the coil if it's gonna ignite.
Не про... А, правильно?
Okay, I'll light your pilot and turn the gas on.
You pull the lever on the left to turn on the gas.
Чё с таким взрывом рванул-то?
So that's how it's being done.
Maybe. There could be a fault with these valves. I've adjusted this one for our experiment, but you need to take it to InstaHeat and see what they say. Their headquarters is on North Harvard Boulevard, number 262.
Thanks, Albert.
You're welcome, Biggs. See you at the next show.
See him?
Мы на этом ходим.
You gotta be kidding me. What driving this?
What? He dropped something?
Fine. But if the skipper sees us driving around this, we're dead.
Вот инста-хит.
Show?
The next fire. We should go to the factory and see how many of these things are going bang in the night.
You know this Chapman character?
Guy's a freak. Loves fires. He's the kind of guy that we'd like for a lot of things. We don't really have any credible evidence to pursue him with.
Я ездил на этой малышке уже, чел. В том отделе. Давай сократим. Да ладно. Пизда. Умер мужик. Приехал он такой.
Someone ought to take him home. He's loaded.
А я с этой двери зайду.
LAPD detectives, ma'am. We need to speak to someone in charge.
I see. Well, duty manager for today is Mr. 𝙽𝚒𝚒𝚒. You should find him in his office.
As the cannibals finished off eating the clown, one said, "Did that
Hey,
piece
girl.
funny to you?"
Who stole my cigarette?
Are you drunk, mister? Or are you just cracked?
Где мистер Расич?
Help me out.
Talk to the guy in charge. See what he says.
She wants a 5-star goddamn
New and
wedding.
improved model. They'll be selling these like hotcakes.
Yeah, sure.
You're lying. Your lips are moving. How bad is it? Come on, you can tell me.
Detective Phelps and Biggs, arson. We're investigating a couple of house fires. What can you tell us about this?
Pressure regulator from a Model 70, yeah. Let me take a look. We have a problem. This has been tampered with.
What?
You see this diaphragm? It forms a seal across the saddle here. Gas flows across from here to here. The diaphragm regulates flow. It's been reversed. It's a subtle change, but it means the gas never closes off properly.
Я себе.
So you're telling me that this is not a manufacturing fault or service repair?
I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with the design.
Чё-то ты какой-то этого такой
You're
вот.
telling me that you've never had any problems with this heater?
Look, we've changed the design since the Model 70.
These things are still being installed?
It's the demand. None of us could keep up with the amount of housing going up. At the budget end, we're still using some of the old stock.
Да вот и его бы так хули ты. Людей
They're
убивать.
not all faulty.
They're not all safe either.
Are these
Журнал.
diaphragms prone to failure?
They tend to go after a while. The rubber lasts quite a few years and then it perishes.
So the guys' names that I've been seeing doing the repairs on the heaters, they're fully licensed and accredited.
Да-да.
Sure, of course they are.
Тут ты явно пиздишь. Только в чем? Ну, врешь.
I think you're lying, 𝙽𝚒𝚒. I think some of your men aren't fully licensed. You're desperate to cover your sales.
And how are you going to prove that, detective? Name me one of my guys who would have overlooked a fault like this.
Лотерейный билет. Ну, это Райан. И, кстати, Варли тоже.
What about Reginald Barley?
You know about Varley. He's on the run for a divorce interstate. It's not so bad.
You in the habit of hiring criminals, 𝙽𝚒𝚒?
I need guys, detective. This boom is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
I want you to get me a copy of the list of your installers.
Okay, I'll get it for you. There, around a dozen of them.
Ну,
Business is
так.
going crazy at the moment.
Инстахит. О, это всех сейчас перечислять будет. Да, нет.
This is a long shot. We are not going to roust that whole list.
I want to run it by R&I, cross-reference for arsonists. See if any of these guys have any previous. Sir, I need to use your phone.
Go right ahead.
Я? Я прослушал. Увидел.
Mister,
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need to know if any of the following names have a previous criminal history.
Okay, detective. Run the names.
Acevedo Ernesto, Clemens Walter, Elgram John, Gable Leroy, Kelligrew Peter, Kuttner Robert, Limehouse Albert, Manning Franklin, Neves Raymond, O'Brien Thomas, Ryan Matthew, Spurgeon William, Varley Reginald, Zurich Stephen.
Clemens Walter. Previous conviction for arson and malicious damage. Burned down a house in Westwood in 1942. 4-year jail term.
Thanks.
Ryan Matthew. Charged for contempt of court. Attempted murder. Plea bargain down to assault charge.
Anyone else?
There is a Reginald Varley wanted for murder by Detroit Police Department.
Thanks. You've been a big help, young lady.
Young lady. Тебе только понятно, девочка, блядь, Фелпс.
Employment roster is quite the rogues gallery, Mr. Rasick. Desperate times indeed.
Do you have an address for Clemens?
He's working on an apartment building on Catalina and 3rd.
What about Ryan?
Currently working at a housing development on Normandy and 1st Street.
Varley, where is he?
Beverly and Mariposa, currently working on a new housing development. Hey, Varley's a good guy. You can't harass all my people.
These guys have lockers.
Yes, they do, but my men have a right to some privacy. Don't you need a warrant or something?
Show him and keep quiet.
Here. Happy now?
Открывай.
Stick around, Mr. Rasick.
Clemens is a fellow traveler.
Ты че, издеваешься? Я не буду это все читать, Фелпс. Фелпс, умоляю. Пожалуйста, дайте мне это скипнуть. Ёб твою мать, бля. Фу.
I don't think this is going to help us.
Понятно.
Some light reading on the merciless capitalist machine.
Ты издеваешься? Ты, блядь, ёбнутый урод говна! Ну нахуя ты в 3-й раз это читаешь, блядь? Почему это нельзя скипнуть? Да не бомбит у меня, не бомбит. Мне еще дойти надо, ёб твою мать.
Ryan wants the world to be a better place, don't we all?
Фу, вот здесь нет книжки ебаной.
Our company went through thousands of these in the war. Still got eaten alive.
Hope that helps, officer.
А что теперь-то? Мне типа просто ехать? Что вот с таких мыслей? Давай с конца, как обычно. Погнали, у меня не так много времени. Что произошло? И что это было?
How are we gonna look getting around in this thing, Cole?
Пешком, значит, пойдешь? Ну ладно. А далеко, кстати, это место? Не, недалеко.
Are you Matthew Ryan?
Who's asking?
Detective Phelps and Biggs, arson squad.
Arson?
You heard the man.
Let's just put this stuff in the car and I'll be right with you.
Hold it, Ryan. I said,
son of a bitch.
А, эти столбики, конечно, ошибаются.
Those are GI's backyard he's crashing through.
The damage is only cosmetic.
He's a one-man wrecking ball.
Move in. I'll take out the van.
He's going to kill those men.
They'll get out of the way.
Only if they hear him coming.
Close in, Phelps. We need to take Ryan down before he hurts somebody. Step on it, huh? Get me just a little closer. Lay into his wheel well. Come on.
Ты стрелять будешь?
One traffic stop coming up.
He's got an arson-related assault charge and he's running.
Running don't mean nothing. We gotta get this guy in a room before we can get an angle on him.
This man has got to be stopped. Show me your hands.
Show me your hands.
Why did you run, Ryan?
I was scared.
You got a reason to be scared, Ryan?
Matthew Ryan, I'm arresting you on suspicion of committing a series of arsons.
Да.
Insta-heat, Phelps. It was their boiler caused the fire.
Все, погнали. Теперь снова не будут.
Did you see his lovely wife and children in the
Who's talking to you?
What a
Who's
rat.
talking to you?
The finest in radio entertainment is
Отправляемся куда? Наверное, к Варли. Теперь-то.
Farley's on the run. He might be packing heat. If he's wanted for murder, I say we take the doubt out of the equation and let him have it.
Думаешь?
You nervous?
It's been a while.
We were in combat.
In 1917. You know, I never fired a weapon.
Ты так тихо.
That's nothing to be ashamed of. I hope your piece is still serviceable, Herschel.
I may be old and out of practice, but I'm still a Marine, Phelps.
It would be better for our case if we could bring him in, Herschel.
KGPL to any central unit. Meet the officer. A hit-run felony at 6th and Alvarado. Any unit able to handle
Can you drive to
code
this
2
one?
identify.
Не поедем же мы моим шагом, верно? Это правило непонятно.
Car 11 King responding. Go ahead, KGPL.
11 King.
Вылетел, really?
Christ. Notify the coroner's office.
It's not often you get them this easy. Driver left his car behind and hoofed it.
Any witnesses?
None of them saw the crash, but by the blood, I'd say the driver can't be too far.
Did anyone see where the driver went?
I saw a guy run up that alley.
You seen a man covered in blood? We're chasing a hit-and-run suspect.
Went to ground in the alley.
Ёбнешь меня? Про переулок. Тут нет никого, блядь. Где, блядь, чел? Ой. Извините.
So, I think we need to take a look over here.
Какой переулок? Ага.
Stay away from me, goddammit! I mean it! Get back! You goddamn bum! I only fell asleep for a second. I've never had any trouble like this before, officer. Never,
William
ever.
Shelton?
Oh, Christ. It's you.
Shelton?
Look, you gotta believe me. I'm no criminal.
И передел ему в шоколаде.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
О, Quake же был. Интересно, анонсировали они Quake, собственно.
Stop or I'll shoot.
Ну, конечно.
Stop or I will shoot.
What the heck, fire?
Why did you run from us, Farley?
I'm gonna take a wild guess that you're the same Reginald Varley the Detroit police have an outstanding warrant on. How am I doing so far?
I need a lawyer before I talk to any of you.
Reginald Varley, you're under arrest for committing a series of arsons. You're also under arrest for murder. Detroit PD will be putting in a request for your extradition. Until then, your guest is.
Arson? You can't hang that rap on me.
Be quiet. Be thankful we don't shoot you.
Are all the cops in this town crazy?
Take him away, officer.
Куда теперь? Я так понимаю, на рабочий объект. Зовут инстахит. Что мы там не залутали в инстахите, блядь? А? Сейчас я. Сейчас. Так, вроде все. Так чё? Блин, что там в инстахите? Не хочу я в инстахите. пизду, блин.
Buddy, the human desire for
Простите, уважаемая
self-preservation.
леди и дамочка. Меня одна уже бросила. И детей забрала с собой. Вот тварь, а. Надеюсь, даже ничего не сделал. Блять, ну и поворот.
Biggs, LAPD. We want some answers and we want them quick.
Okay, okay. What's this all about? Just tell me what you want.
Ага. Крысёныш.
You know Reginald Varley?
No? Can't say I do.
Ах, ну ёбок. Так это... Подожди. А мне нечему предложить, разве что?
Detroit PD is after Reginald Varley for murder. You want us to run you in for aiding and abetting, Clemens?
Whoa, 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 whoa. All I know about Varley is he gets kickbacks from some developer. Does their work first. Spreads it around if he can.
You're licensed and work for InstaHeat?
I contract for them. So what?
InstaHeat hires arsonists, does it?
I've worked as a fitter all my life. Put everything I had into that house. And my fucking mudshark of a wife gets awarded it in settlement. She's blowing spics 2 at a time while I'm at work. And she gets the house.
Гниль, я согласен, чел. Оправдан. Все, блядь, оправдан.
I did my time and I do it again.
Sorry about the Rouse, Clemens. You did the right thing.
Видите? Я все правильно сделал. Стоп, чё?
Can we try not killing the people who pay our salaries?
Here's what I heard. That cop caught the guy who did the Dahlia, but they covered it all up. Some kind of big conspiracy.
Excuse me? Делать так. Не-не-не, я не поеду.
You're behind the wheel.
Давай мы на завод заедем.
Where to?
Вот это выпускаем, да? Ты все тут стоишь, ты чёрнутый?
I gotta swing by their shop, make sure the orders are coming off the line. So if we're done...
Как его зовут? Миск. Клеменс. Нет, это не тот. А шурмы трогали, второй возьми. Блядь, он опять читать сейчас это будет. Ёб твою мать. Кропоткин, о, понятно. Ёбаный. Писали коммуняки хуйни, блядь. И по сути он никому не Кропоткин-то сам. Я что-нибудь еще могу сделать? Нет. Я не понимаю, в чем дело тогда. Все? О, я еще не посмотрел, блядь. Ну. Понял.
Varley has a problem with bugs.
Тоже знал, что ее можно открыть, да?
You know that a mosquito coil takes an hour to burn down, Rasic?
No, I didn't know that.
It's the favorite choice of ignition by arsonists. Gives them time to get away.
You're crazy. He probably lives near the canals in Venice. Mind if I leave you to it? I got work waiting.
Ты стоишь тут полдня, ебнутый придурок, блядь. Где моя любимая машина?
You can drive.
Знаешь что, в Толпинус я, наверное, не пойду сегодня. Стоять, Клеменс.
Do you know Matthew Ryan?
No. Don't know the name.
You and Ryan are fifth columnists.
And how do you figure that, wise guy? What proof do you have? Been following me to meetings?
Ведь оно?
We found a pamphlet in your locker, Clemens. We can add your name to the register. HUAC might want to interview you.
That shit was from Ryan. He's always pushing that shit on people. Drives me nuts. He's got it in for the company.
All right, Clemens. You're off the hook for the moment.
Can I get back to work now?
Let's get out of here, Phelps. He ain't our guy. We have 3 suspects. As much as I'd like it to be Chapman, I think it's one of the other 2 guys. Let's get to the station and close this case.
А вызовы еще будут? Бам! Нет. Уилшевское отделение полиции, 7:30 вечера.
Guy gave his wife a tap. I'd say all's fair in love and war.
I have 2 suspects.
Phelps, you got nothing. Biggs, Ryan's waiting for you in interview 1. Varley's in 2.
Hey, Hopkins, you practicing your asshole routine again? Come on, Phelps.
Goddamn Bruins are having a season from hell.
9 обвинений подозреваемых, закройте дело. Стоп.
Ooh, I gotta have it.
А где кто?
Did you read about the 𝙽𝚒𝚒 case in the paper? That's the detective who
Ев,
solved it.
ты завали ты ебло свою шлюху.
Losing everything like that.
Где второй?
So bad. When I found him, I couldn't save him.
Oh.
Guy gave his wife a tap. I said, all spare and nothing more.
Где второй инвестигейтинг, блядь?
That bum took a swipe at me. Put him down in my sap.
3 blondes walk into a bar. You think one of them would have seen it?
That's that creep. Walked out on his own.
Идем к этому. Это гнида. Хитрая.
We have Matthew Ryan in custody, Varley. I think all we need to do is ask him about this, and he'll rat you out.
Fuck Ryan, that pinko bastard.
Have you ever worked on a place on Rosewood Avenue? Family by the name of Sawyer?
Maybe. I'm from out of town. I go where they send me. I don't do a lot of repairs, though. I'm fine with installations.
Но ты врешь.
Why are you lying?
Я знаю почему.
If Suburban wants their new installations completed, why are you bothering with wrecks like the Sawyer house?
So I'm lying just because I can't remember if I was there or not?
Нет, потому что ты обслуживал его этот хит. Вот.
What happened to those people was a goddamn shit.
И приходится работать в доме Сойеров. Да посылаю туда и еду. Ну. Согласен. А пока я не согласен, я сейчас приду.
Mary says he'll sing. I guarantee he'll walk.
I have 2 suspects. Phelps, you got nothing. Biggs, Ryan's waiting for you in interview 1. Varley's in 2.
Hey, Hopkins, you practicing your asshole routine again? Come on, Phelps.
You sure that's not that crazy cop that almost ran me over? How bad is it? Come on, you could tell me.
I want to make homicide.
We have Matthew Ryan.
Мне темно просто очень. Мне как будто сломалось ЦК.
Custody, Varley. I think all we need to do is ask him about this, and he'll rat you out.
Fuck Ryan, that pinko bastard.
Have you ever worked on a place on Rosewood Avenue? Family by the name of Sawyer?
Maybe. I'm from out of town. I go where they send me. I don't do a lot of repairs, though. I'm flat out on new installations.
Так. Я прошу убрать ответ. Но это ложь.
Why are you lying to me, Varley? If Suburban wants their new installations completed, why are you bothering with wrecks like the Sawyer house?
So I'm lying just because I can't remember if I was there or not? How can you prove that I was?
Вот же.
Your name is on the inside door of
Я
that
в шары
vault.
долблюсь, наверное. Да, наверное, по-любому.
Okay. You got me there. Suburban, yeah, they wanted that guy out. Sawyer kept complaining about not being able to get his heater service, so they threw in a free service as a sweetener. I think you played him though, because he still wouldn't sell.
Фонд развития пригорода. Пригорода?
Word is, you're in the pocket of some property developer?
Never. I got principles.
Пиздит. Что мы там говорили? И продался кому-то какому-то застройщику. Нет, что у меня свои принципы. Список сотрудников института, занимающихся ремонтом нагревателей. Ну, видимо, этого надо. Список монтажников. Хотя чем мне это даст? Так, где я тут? Список монтажников. Сотрудников института, занимающихся установкой ремонта нагревателей. Досье Клеменса. Райана. Ясно. О, взятку предлагал. Что ты пиздишь?
How did Suburban put the squeeze on you? Did they find out about your record?
There's no way you can link me to Suburban. You're wasting your time.
Тебя твой, блядь, коллега сдал нахуй. Блядь. Или нет? Сука.
John says you offered to cut him in on the kickbacks they were offering. I'll testify in court.
Suburban, they got real-time pressure on getting some of the big developments finished. There's some big date that they can't afford to miss. So yeah, I took their money. But so did a lot of guys, all right? Carpenters, electricians, plumbers. It's no big conspiracy.
Инстахит модель. Ну, это я узнаю, что ответить.
Diaphragm of an Instaheat Model 72.
Yeah, I made that mistake before. You get a big bang when you turn the pilot back on.
So you didn't deliberately sabotage the water heater at the Sawyer house?
У тебя в шкафчике, блядь, это зеленая хуйня.
I don't believe you, Varley. I think Suburban wants homeowners who don't want to sell out of the way.
I think you're out of your mind. Where is the evidence that I have done anything to contribute to this fire? Huh?
Я тебе 2 уже дал. Где эта хуйня? Вот, спирали, самая последняя. Не спираль называлась? Ну да.
Arsonists use cigarettes and mosquito coils as time.
Гений детектив. Дедукция 9000. Over 9000.
Hang on. Those things, they belong to Ryan, all right? He asked me to hold them because his locker's full of stupid pamphlets. I thought he used them for camping.
Нет, мы второго допросим.
We're done for now.
So what happens?
You're either going back to Detroit to face a murder rap, or you're staying here to answer for these arsons.
Ну, я думаю, в те времена ему дадут примерно одинаковое. Ну, за убийство, конечно же, побольше. Там лет на 5, наверное. Но все еще. Теперь ты красавчик.
Save yourself some time and get this thing off your chest.
If that's your opening gambit, you better try again.
Так.
So you want to change the world, Ryan?
Yes, I do. So does every reasonable person.
And you're doing your part?
Yes, I am.
Does that include sabotaging water heaters to destroy a company?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Он не врет? Чё? Нет, он что-то врет, блядь. Сука, помоги мне, игра. Или нет? Что делать? Сука, что делать? А. Я не знаю вообще.
Last chance.
Блять.
You level with me, or I'm sending you to the DA. A conviction for sedition and murder will do wonders for his re-election campaign.
Nice try. But I got nothing to lose.
Ну, коммуняка, блять. Сука! Ну а что? Я не знаю.
You know how to reverse a diaphragm in the regulator valve of a Model 70 heater?
No, I don't.
Ты врешь. Тут вот видно, что ты пиздишь. Нет! Сука, какой я еблан. Я просто пальц с двойки не убрал. Сука. Подожди, меня опять их двоих допрашивают сейчас. Ёб твою мать. Блядская.
I have two suspects. Phelps, you got nothing. Biggs, Ryan's waiting for you in interview 1. Varley's in 2.
Hey, Hopkins, you practicing your asshole routine again? Come on, Phelps.
I want to make homicide. You know you made it.
Mouthpiece for stripped off me at the grand
We
jury.
have Matthew
Case got
Ryan
thrown
in
out.
custody,
Now
Varley.
the DA wants
I think all we need to do is ask him about this, and he'll rat you out.
Fuck Ryan, that pinko bastard.
Бля, заебал.
Place on Rosewood Avenue. Family by the name of Sawyer.
Maybe. I'm from out of town. I go where they send me. I don't do a lot of repairs, though. I'm flat out on new installations.
Why are you lying to me, Varley? If Suburban wants their new installations completed, why are you bothering with wrecks like the Sawyer house?
So I'm lying just because I can't remember if I was there or not?
Да.
How can you prove that I was?
Your name is on the inside door of their water heater.
Okay. You got me there. Suburban, yeah, they wanted that guy out. Sawyer kept complaining about not being able to get his heater service, so they threw in a free service as a sweetener. I think he played him, though. Because he still wouldn't sell.
Word is, you're in the pocket of some property developer?
Never. I got principles.
А тут, по-моему, его Клемент стал.
How did Suburban put the squeeze?
Я просто параллельно еще телегу читаю.
There's no way you can link me to Suburban. You're wasting your time.
Clement says you offered to cut him in on the kickbacks they were offering. I'll testify in court.
Suburban, they got real time pressure on getting some of the big developments finished. There's some big date that they can't afford to miss. So yeah, I took their money. But so did a lot of guys, all right? Carpenters, electricians, plumbers. It's no big conspiracy.
What would reversing the diaphragm of an Insta-Heat Model 70 do?
Yeah, I made that mistake before. You get a big bang when you turn the pilot back on.
So you didn't deliberately sabotage the water heater at the Sawyer house?
No, I did not. You out of your mind?
I don't believe you, Varley. I think Suburban wants homeowners who don't want to sell out of the way.
I think you're out of your mind. Where is the evidence that I have done anything to contribute to this fire? Huh?
Противомоскитная хуйня.
Arsonists use cigarettes and mosquito coils as time delay fuses. We found an open box of mosquito coils in your locker.
Whoa, hang on. Those things, they belong to Ryan, all right? He asked me to hold them because his locker's full of stupid pamphlets. I thought he used them for camping.
Да, я закончу допрос. На
We're
этом.
done for now. So what happens? You're either going back to Detroit to face a murder rap, or you're staying here to answer for these arsons.
Mouthpiece was stripped off me at the grand jury. Case is thrown out. Now the DA.
Save yourself some time and get this thing off your chest.
If that's your opening gambit, you better try again.
So you want to change the world, Ryan?
Yes, I do.
Ну, кстати,
So does every reasonable
я могу
person.
ему предложить ему
Yes, I
эти
am.
брошюры вот эти
Sabotaging
коммунистические.
water heaters to destroy a company.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ну ты же врешь, блядь. Ну ты же врешь, какие-то
This is
суки,
industrial
суки.
sabotage, Ryan. It's all part of your campaign.
You're delusional, detective. What campaign?
Анархическая брошюра. Блядь. Продолблюсь.
Your locker is
Ага,
full of
все-таки,
pamphlets.
блядь, надо было сразу
Clemens
выбирать.
told us how you were always foisting them on people.
Sure. I spread the pamphlets. A guy has to do something. Insta-heat heaters break down every day. They're still peddling the same lousy design that they lifted from Hephaestus.
Insta-heat bought out Hephaestus?
Them, Vulcan, Pyro, and a bunch of other
Pyro?
companies.
And you still work for them.
A guy has to work.
And the directors of the company. How do you feel about them these days?
You work it out.
Так, та самая модель.
Reverse a diaphragm in the regulator valve of a Model 70 heater.
Он врет, но я не знаю,
No,
в
I
чем он
don't.
врет. Берите мне ответ. Да, ты врешь.
If you know enough to do your job, you know enough to do that repair. You're lying, Ryan.
And how do you think you can prove that?
Сейчас, секунду, я напишу. С 1 октября OnlyFans будет блокировать откровенно эротические видео. Согласно анонсу, авторы смогут публиковать фото в обнаженном виде, если они не будут противоречить новым правилам платформы. Так, о чем мы там? Он работу ему дал этот Русич. Так что я думаю, да. Бля, как-то все складно слишком.
Okay, so I know how it's done. But what would be the point? You just end up with a gas leak and then a
Вот
small
сейчас мы
fire
узнаем,
puts
зачем
the
ты это
pilot back
делаешь.
on.
And if you didn't reset the pilot and the gas spread, what was the cause of the fire in your own home, Ryan?
I won't tell you.
Ладно. Фонд развития пригородов.
What can you tell me about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Nothing.
Да сучий ты сын, блядь. Фонд развития пригородов. Ну что тебе может быть известно? Да ничего.
I think Suburban is a front for your anarchist buddies. They're arranging for people to be out of town while you burn their houses down.
Suburban? What's that got to do with me? That's Farley's bilk. He's the one with the cozy agreement with those fascists.
Обвинение в покушении убийства. Показания натуральные.
You have
Интересно.
a history of violence.
I have no such thing.
Да тоже ничего нет, блядь.
You were charged with attempted murder, Ryan.
It was a court case. No
Вот
criminal
кейс.
liability was the verdict.
Да ты
They
что?
said that they couldn't have known that the faulty heater installation would cause a fire. All I know is I lost my whole family. And the company that was responsible got away with it. What would you do?
Which company?
Hephaestus water heater company.
That's it for the moment, Ryan.
So I can go?
Sure. As soon as your red friends storm the building and carry you out, you'll keep your seat until we decide how long to lock you up for, knucklehead.
Is he in some kind of trouble?
Я не подозреваю, за это дело. Блядь. По идее... Сука. Блядь, я хочу тебя посадить, уебище ты коммунистическое, блядь, анархическое. Тут хотя бы просто убийца, а ты, блядь, одного человека убил, а ты хочешь... Сука, ты у меня будешь сидеть!
Matthew Ryan, I'm charging you with committing a series of arsons and for the murders of Hank Sawyer, Edwina Sawyer, Henry Sawyer, and Jessica Sawyer.
You're putting an innocent man away here. You hear me? I didn't set any fires. I didn't kill that family.
Я только от него.
What you did to your wife and kids was un-American.
My wife threw me out.
Did I ask for your opinion? You're here to listen to mine. What I was going to say, before I was interrupted, was you did a good job on the Stephen Sawyer case. We don't often get results in arson, so well done.
What about me? Do I get a little stamp on my hand or a lollipop or something?
What you get is another case. A bad one, unfortunately.
О, я все 16 улик ношу. Что? Бля, пешеходов задавил. Ну ладно, пусть ли. Так. На этом я заканчиваю, наверное. 12 минус, наверное, завтра буду играть. Потому что я что-то подустал. Я VR еще полдня настраивал для стрима. Я умру, наверное. Опа! Бобби, так делали только нацисты же. О нет, что же, это не получается неправда? О нет, как так?
You're 2 blocks behind first and second. We have more buildings to clear. You know our orders, Sergeant. There's barely a building left standing or not on fire in your zone, Cole. Is your sector full of Japs?
Questioning my command.
The captain doesn't want anyone falling behind.
Tell the captain we will join him when the job is done.
Just give us the word, Sarge. We'll take care of him. He should be sectioned. That Jap lover's a fucking liability.
We're here to kill Japs, not our own people.
Star-crossed son of a bitch. No one wants to serve under him. He's bad fucking luck.
Can it? We've a job to do here. If I can live with it, you can too.
Угу. Ну так. Собственно, полярочка. Прогулка по Елисейским полям. Отличное название. И этим мы заканчиваем сегодняшний... Я устал. Так что все тогда.
I never asked for this.
Будем без музыки. И все. Пока-пока.